Hey everyone, I just want to let you know that welcome to my mini fan page. And if you notice, this is my room right now. And actually, I am using a tripod for a change. And so, I am so sorry, you guys, that I haven't been keeping in touch with you guys. Because since the coronavirus issue was going on, I've been so busy working for Kroger's. And things have been pretty hectic, pretty much what's been going on. You're talking about long hours working down there, pushing carts, cleaning the carts. More than just that, you're talking about covering for other people and everything. Um, so yeah, things have just been cuckoo. So for the past 3 months has been went by pretty quickly. Uh, and so this will be month third for regarding of the coronavirus since it had broke out. And so right now what you're looking at is actually it's about close to 10 o'clock in the evening at Texas. So basically I'm going to give you a short tour around the room, and then we'll actually continue doing some more talking about what was been going on with my coronavirus experience regarding of working in the grocery store, what to expect and what to encounter, and the rules and regulations, because this is pretty significant for everybody, including the medical field. I think everybody should be aware and that we should know about some real facts rather than just watching the social media, because a lot of time the social media is not giving you the whole case scenario stories. And I think maybe personally for me, telling you the actual facts of what's been really going behind closed doors. And yes, the coronavirus, it is serious, still a life and death situation right now. People are still not working at where I am. It is still closed. However, in the state of Texas, they don't take things seriously, which is pretty much not a good thing. Because, so you guys in Texas, I am telling you the truth. I'm actually working as first responders, first hint. I'm actually now, what's it called? Kroger's is actually now is considered to be now who all people who are working there as a bagger, and Kroger's associates are now considered to be first responders now, because military people are having a hard time getting things done. The reason why they can't do things like they would like to is because they don't have the proper equipment and they weren't prepared for this. You're talking about, the responsibility was mainly to prepare for war. Well, unfortunately, we didn't expect this to happen. This is basically chemical warfare. Be more specific, would be more biological warfare. My mother is a chemistry teacher, so she'll, you're talking about I've been growing up with learning about the chromosomes, DNA structure, and when I heard about this chromosome 19, that's when I really start researching and learning about the fundamental of how it functions. And like the chromosomes are basically it's made out of protein. And so you're talking about genes related, and it's very complicated. It's going to take about maybe, let's say, it's a virus man-made, but you're talking about, you got to consider of the antidote they're trying to do. You're talking about side effects. And so far, good thing news is 3 people got recovered and survived. But however, it was through the blood work with the help of American Red Cross. So yes, I had been looking up on it. Just stay tuned. And then, I'll just explain to you. And then what's been Tom Hiddleston is doing. So, yeah, pretty much. So let me give you a little tour around the house. A little bit, at least my room. I'm just letting you know, it's been pretty messy. Unfortunately, in our house, we do had an issue. My mother and I and my niece and the 2 kids, my niece and my nephews, they were sharing hairbrushes, and the next thing they knew, they got a hold of my brush. And I was unaware of that, and I was using my brush. My niece ended up using it, and she ended up having lice. So yeah, we have to do some deep cleaning today. So it's a big mess. So as you can see, this is what I'm talking about. See, not just my stuff, but the whole freaking house, pretty much. This is just a little pinch of it, really. It's actually a whole lot better now than it used to be. I have too much vitamins and mineral stuff right now because since the corona virus, I have to keep myself healthy. And then I'll show you the N95 that it was pretty significant because people were talking about it, and I was been blessed. This one man had helped me out, give me this N95 mask. However, now it's been contaminated because through the hair, because the hair lice, I have to put it in a plastic bag and I have to wait for 24 hours to kill it, and then I have to also pretty much sanitize everything. So it's a pain in the butt, right? So yeah, so see, this is my stuff here. Normally it wouldn't be so this messy. Actually, it was a whole lot better before, but it's because of what's been going on. This is my closet. So that's my wardrobe and everything. So yeah, I'm into the fashion stuff, however, it's a mess. So it needs to organize. You've probably seen this a lot. I'm going to show you. Probably in the fan pages. I'm trying not to wear it because of it would last for 2 weeks, so I have to get myself treated, which I did. My niece now got her hair cut, so there's him. So yeah, that's one of my clothes of Tom, and then actually as Loki. And then I'm ordering a face mask soon, coming, I guess sometime June or July. I have to double check. And it's through Amazon. However, it's going to take a lot longer because you're talking about I should have bought 3 or 4 because I didn't know how prevalent and very important it is. This is the desk. I have to clean it up. And then see, this is the mask I end up using. But what I do is that I put this under my N95 mask. However, today, because I was walking the dog, I have to be wearing this in case I bump into people, okay? And plus, the other ones that I have needs to be washed. So this is very important. You need this. Social distancing is very important, you guys. Letting you know. I know it sounds silly or stupid, but no, it's true. This is the N95, you guys. Right now, it's being smothered by the lice. So there you go. Just keeping it safe because this is the only thing I have. Those only 2. And unfortunately, my mother's sharing it with us because of what's happening. Because there's just not enough N95s around. They're actually professionally are using it for the medical field. And even the medical field are having a hard time just to get a hold of these, really. So you're talking about major trauma. So yeah. And then pretty much we're going to talk about a little bit about Tom, how much there's nothing much right now going on with him. All I can tell you right now is that he has been supporting what's it called? A donation to help people for treatment regarding of the N95, not N95, sorry, the coronavirus awareness in his area in Europe. I keep forgetting what is the name of it because it's so brand new. And so, but it's going to be actually broadcasting through my mini fan page, and actually it's already had up and running. You just click on it and then it should be on Instagram, I think it was originally, and then even on YouTube videos, channels that I have. So that's all I can tell you right now, this very moment. I do know that one of the major actors who played Heimdall, he got it. And so, yeah, you guys just keep praying for the whole world and global community. So just letting you know that. And yeah, so okay, so question, you guys. Why am I doing this video? Good question. I'm going to tell you the ropes. Safety precautions, that's a big major issue. We're going to talk about. Another thing we're going to have to tell you is what do's and don'ts of what you do outside of leaving out of your house. Okay? Number 1, get a mask. Number 2, get gloves. If you don't have rubber gloves or regular, like disposable gloves, use the kitchen gloves. Okay? Best thing I can tell you. Anything is protection basically for your hands, because the grocery stores, people don't, right now, they don't have enough supplies regarding cleaning equipment all the time. The sanitation, I mean, they're still cleaning as much as they can, but you know, there is still a high risk. A lot of it is, 89% is in the air of viruses normally. As when I was researching, let's see, probably in the other video, probably you didn't know, but I'm going to repeat it again. The coronavirus is actually chromosome 7, one out of the 46 chromosomes out there. That's one of the, pretty much of a lot of the chromosomes out there. Basically, I'm telling you, it's a genetic code. Basically, it's basically part of a genetic gene code. That's what's happening. And it's inside the blood, okay, obviously. And but usually it mingles in the air. And this specific virus, is it deadly? Yes, it is. I say it's probably one of the most very contagious one out there. But, you know, it's so relatively new that the nurse and practitioners and the doctors don't even, was not aware at first. But when it was getting vital, I actually, one day when I was getting my wrist checked, because I had a contusion when I had work comp injury, I came in and everything was so barren. Okay, and there's a video actually will show you what happened. Quick video. But anyway, they told me, yeah, it isn't very severe, and people who had significantly have asthma attacks when they get sick or any kind of upper respiratory history, they have to be put on a mask. So it is true. And even if you don't have upper respiratory, they said still wear a mask anyway and wear gloves. Now, would that clarified everything 100%? No. It's just a way of you self-protecting yourself, basically, for precautions. Professionally, that's probably the best thing you could do. The N95 that I showed you guys, it's because that's one of the number one out there. Now, let's say you don't have that kind of equipment. I would recommend go to Amazon.com to get the cloth version of N95. There is some out there. I already just ordered some for really the whole entire family. For me, and you know, maybe one for my brother, and then the kids could use maybe some of the cheaper cloth one. However, I don't recommend children ever go to the grocery store, okay? Big no-no. Reason why I'm telling you this, you guys, is because it is severe. Young children under the age of 12 will not understand how severe this is. My nephew, he's very smart. I taught him very well. And the more he had learned this, the more that he is very cautious. And there was only one time we took him out, and my mother said, "Are you sure?" And I was like, I was so concerned, okay? And you're talking about a person who works in a grocery store, okay? who see things that people don't normally would see. Shelves are completely empty. And there's a video to show you that. So yes. Okay, so is there a cure for it? Not yet. They're still working on it. I can just tell you, give you peace of mind, they are working on it through American Red Cross, but it is a genetic gene code, which means it may take 7 years in order for them to actually fix the process. As for the best thing you can do, guys, is hang on tight, stay in your house, okay? It is in the air, okay? It's not just touching things, but they say 6 feet away means 6 feet away. Another thing too, when you travel, now let's say you have to go to use Uber. Okay, there is a routine I'm going to tell you. Okay, 1, make sure you have sanitation equipment with you. Okay, clean the handles, clean your seats. Okay, clean anything that a person maybe sit on, touch on, everything. Second of all, again, same thing, wear a mask. Sit in the back of the seat, avoiding getting close to the driver. This way it'll be safety for him and safety for you. Okay? Gloves, same thing. Okay? Stay a good, fair distance. Now, I wouldn't recommend any public transportation right now regarding using the bus system, because that's still high risk. If you do need to go, take my advice, stay away from basically people. But I would recommend to use Uber, and I'll tell you why. Uber, what they do is they make sure they clean their seats. And they clean the handles. They clean the car thoroughly. And also, too, they do background checks. And that's very important, especially when it comes to security purposes. The reason why I'm telling you this personally is because Puerto Rico had the exact same trauma like this. And I'm also a Puerto Rican applicant. And so there is a lot of questions like, is it political? Is it non-political? This part is non-political. This is actually fact, scientifically fact. It is a 7 chromosome out there. They do not have vaccination yet. They're still working on it. Let's see. It is lethal. You know, it's almost like a cold, like basically a normal cold virus, but it hits you hard without warning. Now, first of all, I've been blessed I did not have it. But personally, I know someone who did. And just pray over my cousin right now. She's a nurse and she got it. I'm not going to mention her name. However, she has a daughter who's autistic. And what's sad about it is that I wish I could actually help them to support her. She may not understand how serious this is. So if you got a person there who's autistic, best way I can tell you is just talk to them in a visual way. You may have to show them actually drawing pictures so they can actually understand it. And just hang tight and just pray, you guys. Look under Psalm 91 and 2 Timothy. That's all I can tell you guys. And let's see, do's and don'ts. Trying to think because I'm writing little notes here. Yes, it absorbs in the air. So that's one thing for sure. The mask. Why we need to have it covered through your mouth and your nose. The virus actually can go through directly through your nose and through your mouth. And so if you're wondering why the doctors check your nose, like for Tamiflu, they actually literally have to check your nose and they use a swab in your sinuses. That's because the virus actually goes directly through your breathing canals. Be aware of that. This condition, it can lead to diseases So like it can lead to complications. So let's say if you have asthma issues, it can lead to maybe pneumonia, or it can lead to bronchitis, or it leads to a lot more condition. It's more complicated like it is. That's why you guys, you have to stay home. Very severe, very important. If you have to go to a grocery store, here's some advice. Please take it. Okay. Number one, if you're going to bring your own bag, bag everything yourself. Okay. A lot of associates who are working cannot touch those bags. Okay. Number two, go to a self-checkout only. It's a lot more safer there because they clean their equipment. If you go through a line, they're most likely are not going to be cleaning 100% every single individual. But if you go through the self-checkout, it'd be a little more safer because they can clean it a lot easier. And then another thing is, if you use the big baskets, make sure you wear gloves all times, because they may be cleaning it up, but there's still a high risk. Okay, and only one person at a time. Okay, that's all I can tell you. And make sure the person has a mask, because it's against the law now of not having a mask on, and gloves. Let's see, it's one of the 1,500 genetic codes. That's actually the chromosome 19, and that's actually part of the genetic code. Now, if you really wanted me to go nerdy on you guys, I think my theory is if there's a way to deactivate it, they have to remove one of the chromosomes. And once they remove the chromosomes, the good news is it's possible that it will not be lethal. In other words, they can maybe use it for an antidote if they remove one of the proteins in that virus. And that's the genetic gene code, I'm telling you now. That's my personal education guess. If I'm actually correct, you guys, that is true. My mother's a chemistry teacher, so everything I have learned from her, and even biology teaching, that's what I've been picking up on. So to me, that's like my favorite subject. It's usually biology. And yes, it's chromosome 19. It's considered to be part of a DNA through humans. So it's been tested through China. And also too was originally through Russia. And apparently it was originally this is what people just recently discovered, that it's a weapon they are using in China originally because of population control. And that's what's happening. And so that's why I'm trying to tell you guys, it is a serious thing. It is a real illness. Until American Red Cross and the medical field can figure it out, that would be awesome. And the scientists. Pray, you guys. Love you. God bless you. And like I said, when it comes to Tom Hiddleston right now, he's not doing much, just letting you know. He's usually in the house right now so far. I do know that he's been trying to speak out and saying stay home, and basically saying thank you to guys who are first responders. And it's on Facebook, internet, Twitter. You could look it up. He's fighting against chromosome 19. God bless you. Bye.